So being a millennial doesn't mean you have to get used to having a camera in front of your face, or to make sure you don't look away from the lens, otherwise you look shifty, or how to walk with a camera without tripping anything and always staying in frame. No, it's a little different. It's not about those things. It's about being every age gets to rule the roost, and this is the age of the millennials. For the next several years, they're going to be at the helm of business, of lifestyles. Every generation gets to lead. This is their turn. Now, for a lot of folks, it's still a joke. I don't understand a millennial, or it's a stereotype. Now, I'm probably going to use some pretty broad strokes here myself, but this group brings more unique perspective, education, and experience than any other generation at this age. There are certain rules and ways that they work, and I want to explore one of them today. Britt Morin, who's one of the top entrepreneurial social media folks of the age, says it this way. She says, if I can give you one piece of advice, it's this: be incredibly authentic. Authentic yourself. Now, for a lot of folks, that's tough. They weren't brought up to be that way. Now, that could be any age group, but especially folks that are older were probably discouraged to be real, to be themselves. There's a veneer, there's a way to act at work and a way to act at home. So let's try to figure out a couple different methods of how to be more authentic. Now, one's the short method. That's embodied by Tim Ferriss, the author of the 4-Hour Workweek. And he put it this way. He says, don't steal somebody else's style. Be you. If you're someone who is slightly uneasy, who says a few times on stage, no problem. As long as you have something interesting and relevant to say, you'll be fine. Now, again, he's talking about presenting, but that part, interesting and relevant, is another part of that toolkit that the millennials look for. They want you to be transparent. They want you to be showing that you care and be relevant for the time and age. So amazing is out, authentic is in. Now, the second method. Well, let me put it this way. If I threw you in the deep end of the pool and you didn't know how to swim, and I said, be real, be yourself, you may drown. So let's give you some swimming lessons. Let's give you some tools that can help you be more real, more authentic in business. One thing, I have a theory on why older folks have a problem with being themselves. It has to do with television and all that stuff. If you don't want to hear about it, just wait until you see this image again and just fast forward, and then you'll skip it. Because I have to talk about 1970s men's tennis? Yes, I do. Men's tennis in 1980 was healthy. Not the huge game it is now, but it was doing well. You had your returning champions, you had the bad boys that people seem to love, you had technicians, you had people that came out of nowhere to become champions. But it didn't matter what men's tennis was, because this came to town.
What is the image of a rebel? These are the images of a rebel. Canon's autofocus EOS Rebel S with built-in flash.
Image is everything.
EOS Rebel S from Canon. So advanced, it's simple.
That was Andre Agassi, and image is everything was a line in a commercial that became his personal motto. And look at his image. Good golly, the spandex, the bod, the hair. He didn't even win a major championship, and he became the hottest ticket in tennis. This is the era of MTV. You can look at 4 or 5 different examples. I just happen to mix men's tennis because I know little about men's tennis. You had to be a major player to get a major spot, to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a 30-second commercial just to get your message out there. The image, so everything was polished. Everything had to look good if you wanted to be effective. The image, of course, now is not on television. The image is on your phone, and anyone can get there. The players have all changed, and image is cheaper now. The bar is lower to get onto it, and because of that, it's that authenticity that is more important now than image. One tool is kill the jargon. Jargon is corporate, it's not real, it's a veneer. So I wanted to find some really good jargon, so I went right to the great source. I went to a CEO email. This is from Stephen Elot from 2014, and there's some juicy ones here. Let's just look at some of them. My favorite is the one right there at the top, an appropriate financial envelope. I mean, I don't think you can find that at Staples. What this letter is about is 12,500 people were losing their job that day. And this is where it is. It's in the 11th paragraph of this letter. Bad corporate communications. Now, most people won't write long emails that thousands and thousands of people are going to read for something important. But here's just a sample of some real email that I got that had the jargon in it. The subject line is Max BI SQL Server name change. We have upgraded the Max BI production SQL Server environment effective immediately. I looked at this email for, I don't know, a second and a half maybe, and thought, delete, I don't need this. I don't deal with that type of environments. I don't deal with SQL Server. None of that. Done. A couple days later, this email appears in my inbox. Subject, are you using Excel reports from the data team? You might need to download an updated copy. Hi, I had some questions this week from folks who didn't realize that the server name change can break Excel reports. Oh, my stuff's going to break. That should have been a pretty good subject line. So again, dealing with the terms that you know isn't effective. If you can kill the jargon, if you can talk in language that's more concise, killing the jargon will help you sound and be more authentic, more real, even in something as much as an email. Another tool you can use is Analogies. I love using Analogies. When I first got into video, I was assigned to do something about the ribbon. Now, the ribbon had been out for over a year. It was a big bet for the company. It was a way to take away all those pull-down menus, and a lot of people miss their pull-down menus. And we had done a lot of research and a lot of videos, and I couldn't find anything new to really talk about the ribbon. I mean, one thing that stuck with me, a ribbon in real life is something decorative. This was not a decorative thing. The ribbon was to be more productive. And then one day I was at my desk and I had to find my pen or a paper clip or something like that. And I reached into my drawer and I pulled it out because I knew it was in my desk caddy. And that's when it hit me that the ribbon is a desk caddy. In fact, it's several desk caddies. It has organizes your stuff. You know where to find them. So analogies can be powerful because it makes you understand something differently. What I always tell people, if you have a new project or a school paper, other things, think about as an analogy what you could use. Now, the thing is, it can't be about the field that you're in. So if you're in technology, you got to find something else that's not technology. Think of your hobbies. Think of I don't know, cooking or sports. Go light on the sports. Other things that you're interested in has nothing to do with tech. So Analogies is a great way to come off more real, more authentic. Another one is anger. Now, I'm not telling you to be an angry person or be angry at work because we don't like working with you guys. We don't. But anger can be very clarifying. One, it's very real. Not saying is you can go out and flame something. Oh, I'm angry at this. I'm going to let the world know. When I first got here, I was in site management. I wasn't even in content, let alone video. And I had heard that we were going to, for the first time, put an ad on what is support.office.com. It was a bad ad. We've made much better ads than this one. This was for Office Live Workspace, which is what OneDrive became. And you follow this guy around in this animated cloud following around. I really hated the ad. I don't know what it was. It was the fact he wore a sweater vest, or he had really great hair, but I really hated it. And I thought, no, we need to find real people in real offices telling us how they really use our products. I mean, these types of webcams and things like that were just starting to come out and be more accessible. So let's find people to move those type of videos. So I did a little script on some Post-it notes and kind of told a story about how I or my family would use Office Live Workspace. So again, that anger was a way for me to bring out myself. Again, I wasn't angry in the video. I saw a better solution, or I thought there was a better solution. So I did that. And then I didn't broadcast it either. I didn't say, hey, this ad sucks. Hey, everyone, look at this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I found a few trusted people, and I said, is this an idea I should pursue? Long story short, 6 months later, I was doing that video full time. Another great tool is storytelling. Now, you may not think stories, that's not authentic, that's not real, it's somebody else's stories. But stories can help in a lot of different ways. They help connect audiences, and that helps connect you and come off more real and authentic. Now, there's a lot of great business storytellers out there, and here's one of my favorites. Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer. Do you know the Fearless Flyer? Comes out every month from the Trader Joe grocery stores. There's no coupons in it whatsoever. There's no savings. It's a great way to tell a quick story about something as simple as a product. So let me tell you the story about a handful of Trex Mix. Where to begin? Let's keep it so simple that simple is even in the name. Start with Trader Joe's Simply Almonds, Cashews, and Cranberry Trex Mix. Inside each bag, you'll find California almonds, roasted in expeller pressed canola oil, and salted. Cashews from Vietnam, Brazil, and India Our supplier gets them from all 3 countries as available to ensure there are always enough. Oh, isn't that nice of them? The mix is crunchy and chewy, a bit sweet, a bit tart. Each serving, a quarter cup, delivers 5 grams of protein, and while you get a little bit of salt in every bite, there are only 15 milligrams of sodium per serving. We're selling the 16-ounce bag of kosher certified Simply almonds, cashews, and cranberries Trex Mix for $5.99 every day. It's a great story. It connects you. You're interested in the product now. Stories can allow you to do that. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if you were following the Andre Agassi story, the ending, he won tennis championships, but in his autobiography, he wrote that I think it was the finals at Wimbledon, he wore a wig. He wore a hairpiece in the finals of the Wimbledon because he was more concerned about his image than being a great tennis player. Now, he figured it out eventually with some help of folks, and his look changed a bit. He has less hair than I do now. But he won multiple major championships, retired as one of the more revered men's tennis players, and now leads philanthropic efforts. So being authentic worked for Andre Agassi. So I think if he needs another motto in this day and age, I got one for him.